god, the propaganda. I'm not falling for it, dude. The amount of propaganda posts that are on TikTok nowadays are crazy. You see left and right, and people are blatantly, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, they're not even hiding it now. Let's take a look at this.
Things I find incredibly unchic. Now, this is
Like
gonna
zombie.
offend a lot
Oh my
of
god.
people,
Oh my
but
god.
not being white and skinny, I mean, just so unchic.
Be a bitch.
Having no tattoos is the new tattoos. Get it? What? It's like anti-establishment against tattooed people. Rebelling against the tattooed people is like the new hardcore. Treats are for dogs, not for girls. Air exists. Try it, fat whale. Now, I
Try it, fat one. Bro, is this person real? No.
love going out for a smoko or two, right, love? But whatever
Bill, you love
pack these individuals are smoking on, I don't want a drag north of it.
We're all on our
True,
doom
brother.
scrolling grind, right, chat? So that probably means you have come across those really stupid things I find incredibly unchic trend over on TikTok, as if any of
Now, I am not gonna listen to a middle-aged girl, like, or lady, sitting there at her luxury home, drinking wine, complain about bullshit. Nah. I'm not gonna listen to whatever the fuck you're complaining about. What do you have to complain about?
incredibly unchic trend over on TikTok, as if any of these idiots have credentials in deciding what is and isn't unchic. In the words of Jonathan Davis, wake the f up!
Things I find incredibly unchic. Part 1. And I say part 1 because it's a very long list.
Bro, how do you... Shut the fuck up, man. She wrote a damn list.
Miss Moscato is going to piss
Like,
me.
this is her biggest concern, man.
What
Do you know your privilege if you can sit there and you write on a list like that?
I just want my audience to know, and I know there's a lot of insecure people in my audience because if you ever have a day where you're feeling extra super terrible about yourself, please remember that there are people out here with their limited time here on Earth, mind you, mustering up an entire list of all the things that they find unchic. Like, that isn't even a word, you...
Starting off strong with one that I know is going to offend a lot of people, but tattoos.
Here we go.
The little baby ones, you guys, when you get old, they're not gonna look cute. I'm so sorry.
This is fake, by the way. No. What do you mean? Like, that... So, the idea of tattoos looking ugly because you are... Basically, your skin loosens up more with age? What are you talking about? You thinking about the age of, like, 75? Like, dude, this tattoo will not change. Also, you can just get it redone.
Technically speaking, this is just my opinion, but also I think it's proven fact that tattoos...
You can always get the tattoo refreshed. Yes. And you know what's funny is that people get their tattoos refreshed even though their skin is not fucking ragging up. They do it because it looks better.
are in fact very much unchic.
So, like, when you get
Whoa. How you doing, King?
tattoos are the least of your troubles. You gotta worry about taking this pill and that pill by the
Yeah,
hour.
that's right.
Or you just, oh my god,
Dead.
hand me my pills, Rebecca. Your hip is in a constant state of might be broken if you just so happen to lose 0.1% of your balance and boom, no more hip. Or even worse, telling a story to people that you thought you never have let them in on before and suddenly it's, Jill, you told us that last week. When was the last time you took your pill? It's also very presumptuous to assume that it's been, quote, proven tattoos are, quote, unchic by who? To what metric? And she also had the gall, had the bladder and all, to say my opinion and proven fact within the same sentence, as if that's gonna mask any of the clear, ew, tattoos, you're so trashy, wow, kind of mentality. One look on Quora and you'll find out very quickly the types of people who hold these opinions. Yeah, quite awful to judge somebody based on their customization of their avatar. It's not—
Isn't it funny though that everybody that advocates that my body, my choice is also the one that are trying to make sure to dictate how you live your life and what you choose to do with your body? Like, because I bet that if somebody tell this lady that she should not do this for her body, it's ugly or this or blah blah blah, she would get offended by this. It's always my body, my choice, as long as it's about me and not about you, right? That's usually the case.
like people are sat here being like, wow, nice TikTok shop top, nice Forever 21 chunky gold jewelry.
And you need to remember this tattoo thingy. This is for everybody. Like she's just targeting everybody as a tattoo. Like this is a bad idea. You shouldn't do it. This is disgusting. Blah blah. Like I don't get that.
Whether tattoos are unchic, uncool, or even unattractive is honestly quite subjective, really.
Literally, beauty is subjective. What people find attractive can be somebody's biggest disgust. That is the most subjective thing ever. I hate when people put their opinion about like that, like they're gonna dictate what other people do.
You either like them or you don't. No one really cares. Who cares about unchic anyways? It's not like the tattoos are on your skin, Tara.
Next up is visible logos of any kind. I know that one's hard to hear as well, but just keep
Dude, her smug face is putting me off, man.
in mind that money talks and wealth whispers, and I don't know any wealthy people that are wearing Gucci.
But Bayfy, you literally have a Gucci phone case? Now that is desperation. I'm gonna be real. I don't give a shit about brands at all. If the clothes are good quality or looks good, I'm happy. But if you get a Gucci phone case, you're trying to show off. I mean, the worst part is that it's not even showing off that much because like, who the hell gets a Gucci phone case? This is like whenever I go to like a branded store and I want to feel rich, so I buy socks. So I can tell everybody, look, I have Gucci socks.
Across their chest.
Look, I'm gonna keep it quite true. I hate designer
What the
clothing.
fuck?
I really do. But people wear designer because they think it makes them look cool.
Yeah.
The same reason why in every single thumbnail on this channel you will see a black shirt, because I feel cool whenever I wear my black clothes.
Nice.
The same reason you're wearing the carbon copy outfit that I see every single scroll on TikTok. The same reason that you have a dead animal's head hung on the wall. I know that this is going to come as a shock to Miss Tara here, but
Just buy Chinese Gucci instead. W. I'm gonna be real, true.
not a lot of people care about looking wealthy. They
No.
just like the f***ing logo because it makes them feel—
I think that that's a funny thing nowadays. I never thought about that. I don't think people give a fuck anymore about looking wealthy. Like in the sense I'm wearing a brand or something like that. Because you see all people that are rich, majority of them wear like whatever the fuck. But it's about being stylish. It's about wearing something. It's about taking care of yourself and wearing something that looks good on you. That's what people give a damn about. Nobody cares about branding anymore. It's just
feel good as a person. Something I have observed over on TikTok.
like some like some of my richest friends wear like whatever. Like I knew like one of a rich businessman I know. The only expensive thing he like wears are his suits. The rest of his clothes are just random bullshit. And this guy is a billionaire. He's just chilling out. But like, all right, probably not. Probably like a millionaire somewhat. But anyways, like point B is that people don't really buy luxury clothing, but they buy luxury clothes that are aesthetically focused on certain things. Like when it comes to suits, there is a situation where the quality of a suit is very visible and very determined, and also has like a sort of influence in some ways. And I bet this is also a case when it comes to ladies, when it comes to their dresses or whatever the sort of wear they would use in sort of that situation. Even like in business sense, there are probably a lot of very high quality outfits that are more like business focused for the female body as well. And there are scenarios where these things make sense. But on an average term, whenever you fucking around, you're hanging out with friends, you're going out the streets, or you're doing whatever, luxury goods does not matter. I can only see them being a plus in business, and I can't see them otherwise.
Last couple of years is how in quiet luxury is. If you know, sort of brand bullshit. Which, just for your information, is within the same vein of people who wear Gucci. You all want to look cool to each other, and that's not a problem. But it's insane to be throwing stones from the house, love. Not to mention the fact that within the first few scrolls of the TikToks, you had a Gucci phone case. So it really can't be that unchic if you have a Gucci case, and you probably have gone through your Gucci phase as well. Oh my god, like, no one cares.
Things that will forever give me the ick and I will never find chic are anything Lululemon, Golden Goose shoes. Even worse than the Golden Goose shoes is the Golden Goose dupes. Can't stand, and a Neverfull. And especially when you combine those three together, which kind of seems to be like what I call the stay-at-home mom starter kit. Not chic. I hate it.
What the fuck were any of these words? Does it put you off because people below you are now wearing these shoes, so therefore it's turned into a, oh, I absolutely hate this trend. So fucking unchic that people want a cheap dupe of these ugly ass fucking shoes that I wear? I mean, how could you? I'm literally better than you. And also, like, what's wrong with stay-at-home mums wearing that shit? Oh, right. Stay-at-home mums are below you and you are above them. You get to wear the shoes, not them, because they're ugly and they're gross and they're disgusting, and you could never imagine being a stay-at-home mum. Just gotta say, you.
Except we have baggy denim with stretch. If the denim is meant to be baggy, then it doesn't need to have stretch. It defeats the purpose, and it just looks bunchy and ill-fitting and cheap.
What? What do you mean? How do you even see that? What?
And cheap does not equate to chic.
You really could have just summed up this entire TikTok with, I hate poor people and here's why.
When was fucking Stretch poor? Bro, Stretch is fucking great. What do you mean? What the hell?
Be this incredibly unself-aware is just so funny to me, because nothing this woman is wearing gives I have 9 figures in my bank account with multiple—
Bro, she's wearing a plain shirt and some random jewelries. No, she does not look that special, man.
assets. It's giving I follow trends, but when poor people follow them too, I get disgusted. Ew!
Yeah.
You're poor! You shouldn't be allowed to
Yeah,
have
she's
me.
crashing out.
My goodness.
Only camo I find acceptable to wear as a fashion item is going to be military camo, and even then it's borderline. I will say that I do in fact own quite a few pairs of camouflage cargo pants. I wear them specifically.
Now, how the fuck does that make sense? You're focused on stretch? Baggy pants with stretch? And you're talking about camouflage outfit in the streets? What the huh?
For hunting, or because maybe we have like a camo night at the kids' school.
For hunting? What are you? Some Bro, what is she talking about? For hunting? What the fuck you think you are? Some Barbie doll getting ready for a movie? What do you mean?
We do live in the South. Sometimes I'm compliant, but I would
She
not
hunts, maybe. I guess maybe she does. I don't know. I mean, she has like a deer in the back. I don't know.
Consider it to be chic by any means. But I do consider our men in uniform to be very, 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 very chic.
Oh, right. So it's only okay if the men wear the pants, but the women, the stay-at-home
Yeah, yeah.
mums, the ugly, poor
Yeah, that's
stay-at-home
right.
mums,
Yeah,
absolutely
dictate
not
more how
love.
women should wear
You
clothes.
even admit
Keep on doing
yourself
that.
you have
Right.
multiple pairs of camo pants. 1 + 2 does not equal 4.
Is it just me, or does having a tattoo now feel so mainstream? Like, it used to be the rebellious thing to do, but now I feel like
It has never been the rebellious thing to do. It's only rebellious if you're like religious, if you're from a religious family. Tattoos have never been crazy special or rebellious or anything. It's just an additional aesthetic that people add because of meaning or because they feel like it. There's nothing special at all. Nothing crazy. You're not an emo or like a goth, or you're not a rebellious, angry dude or a bad guy or a bad something because of you having a tattoo. It's just like it has a spiritual or general meaning, or it's just they want to have some aesthetics on them. It's no big deal. Everyone I know that has a tattoo is because there's a reason, a reminder of them having it. That's it.
not having a tattoo is what's rebellious. Like, I don't have any.
Oh my god, more
tattoos
people having
at
tattoo.
all.
You know what's funny is that it's not the case that more people are having tattoo. It's the fact that now TikTok and all of these platforms are showing off more tattoos because people like them. People think they're hot, so they see more tattoos everywhere. People always had tattoos. A lot of people always had tattoos. It was completely common. Nothing has changed at all. It's just because you're kind of calling yourself out that you are seeing more tattoos because you're looking for them.
And I almost like don't want to even get
Oh, I was
one
11W.
because everyone has one. So
I have no tattoos at all. I've never wanted a tattoo in a sort of sense. I've never thought about having a tattoo, but in the same time, I thought to myself that having like a tattoo on my arm or something could be aesthetically really cool. It could be very fitting because I see that on some dudes and I think that looks cool, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to even put on myself? I don't know shit. So I never get to that stage. I think people just do it most of the time because they think something looks awesome or they think something mean a lot and they just add it.
I feel different not having a tattoo. That just me.
Yes, it's just
Hey,
you.
so no, that's not what any of that means, actually. Seeing a tattooed person in real life, you know, away from TikTok where you see quite a lot of self-expression, is still very few and far in between. I have so many
Sadly not
friends
was.
that you would expect to have tattoos, but they do not. People still cannot get jobs being tattooed, let alone heavily tattooed. Tattoos began as being a taboo culture back in the day because it was only said to be criminals, delinquents, had absolutely nothing.
What is back in the day? 1980s? What is back in the day? Sorry, are we old enough to be in that time frame where tattoo was a taboo? Because I have never experienced a time where tattoo were a taboo. 80s, 90s? Was it a taboo in 90s? Really? I can understand early 80s, but in the 90s? They were so expressive in the 90s. I don't think, there's no way. I feel like kinda, that's odd to hear because I feel like in the 90s, people were way more expressive in the 90s than they are now.
Going for them in life, getting them. And now it is a lot different because it's a lot more
Also, I know this sucks to think about, but the early 90s was 35 years ago. That's a long time.
acceptable these days to get a tattoo, as you don't gotta be a criminal, you just gotta want tattoos. It is still only a relatively new thing that tattoo culture is breaking into the mainstream, with some of the most famous people in the world being tattooed and are still heavily successful for it. Well, maybe not for the tattoos, but it's not like they're demonized and put to the stake over it. And contrary to popular belief, sweetheart, but people do not get tattoos to rebel against you or people in general.
They don't give a shit about anybody. They do it for themselves. There's no even rebellion. I don't think anybody puts something permanently on their body to protest against somebody else or to get back at anybody. That is the dumbest mindset or way to think ever. Like, who the hell are you?
If this TikToker knew anything about tattoo culture at all, she would know that most people who get tattoos appreciate the art of it and they want that on their body
14-year-old
because
girl
it's
did
different.
know they
Some
don't.
people want a picture on their wall, some want them on their skin. Getting tattooed can also be a cultural event. Take the tribal tattoo, for example. People of Polynesian tribes, such as the Māori in New Zealand, are quite famous for these tattoos as they symbolize spiritual beliefs, family lineage, and even certain achievements they have made personally, so therefore they get these tattoos. So you actually. And I'm not sure where people are getting this idea that having no tattoos is the new tattoos. What do you mean? You are coping. No tattoos is no tattoos, and tattoos are tattoos. Let's just leave that there. Hot take, not having tattoos is way cooler than having tattoos now.
You dumb motherfucker. It's not even a hot take. You're just being obnoxious and annoying there. That's not a hot take. Why? Dude, you're just being annoying, man. Shut the fuck up.
Ow. Neither or indicate a level of cool because it really depends from person to person. For me, I find tattoos extremely cool, hot, sexy, and awesome.
Do you ever look up people tattooing freckles on their face? It was a fad a few months ago. I've never seen that before. That sounds interesting. I've never seen that.
But maybe your 70-year-old granddad is kind of just like put off by it because what crime have you committed that you're not telling good old granddaddy? It's when you discriminate against a person just based on them being tattooed alone. And I don't know their character. You could judge them off, not what they have on their skin or their body, because that says very little about that person. And I really feel like some heavy emphasis on
Judge all
some
people.
people act like they are so much better than those who have destroyed their skin, made themselves look ugly, put a sticker on a Bentley. I really don't care that a person doesn't have a tattoo on their body. It's when they make an entire song and dance about tattoos on other people's bodies. Because honestly, y'all go on and on and on about you hate tattoos, blah, 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 blah. But it really sounds like to me, you secretly want one because why are you talking about it so much, love? You need a treat. WTF are you? A dog? Exactly. Exactly what?
What a fucking hoe. What is this? What is this? What the fuck is this, man? How do you self-consciously sit there, record this, and think to yourself, yes, let me post this. This is a great idea. This is so stupid, bro.
Exactly what? I don't think this is
so
quite the
stupid.
own that you think it is. And honestly, by the looks of your face, you need a treat. You look a little sad, love. And I don't know, you look a little sad because you've got this toxic mindset going for you and it doesn't feel good. And I can see that from the body language there. No. Humans are, funnily enough, quite simple creatures. You get a bag of chips on a Friday night to reward yourself
Is
for
that easy?
completing a full week's worth of either schoolwork, work. You're not only acknowledging your efforts, but you're also acknowledging that you are only human and you want a little bit of a chip. So it's not like you're you know, dogs need to eat to stay alive. Does that now suddenly mean that you are a dog because the key point in surviving is eating a little bit? Like, woof woof, I need my box of shapes at the end of the week because I am only human and just like dogs, I need to chew, munch, eat. You're not a dog. Stop rewarding yourself with food. I'm such a bitch. No, but seriously, y'all really need to get a personality outside of constantly
Stop
letting
rewarding yourself
everybody
with
know
food. You're not
around
a
you that
dog.
you're so skinny. Because not to be harsh or anything, but you're quite fucking boring and I don't care and you're a square. To a certain degree, I do think that having a reward system with food can create somewhat of a toxic relationship with it because it is something.
It's not that. First of all, if somebody want to get fat, that's up to them. But rewarding yourself and treating yourself is just a way of dealing with the stuff that you've done a lot or worked hard, or essentially any sort of accomplishment you fulfilled. Like, you should always be allowed to reward yourself. But like, I mean, you have your own mindsets to think about, like, what is a fitting reward, and am I rewarding myself all the time? Am I doing it too much? I don't always have to reward myself. Like, I mean, it's up to you. And I don't think anybody should give a fuck what other people do. But I mean, yeah.
That we need to survive. But why are you rewarding yourself with food when it's like, hey, that is something that
reward
you
yourself with
need.
crack.
Obviously, it's a lot different for
Take some
everybody.
meth.
I acknowledge that, but it gets to a point when people are out here actively discouraging others to not treat themselves in a time where people can't buy houses, can barely have anything to look forward to because rent, bills, it's just, it all piles up on top of one another. And I'm sorry, if somebody is struggling to get up in the morning and one of the only things they are looking forward to is the Friday night chips, I am all for that. I love that for them. It's so annoying because shit is just in general hard at the moment. I don't want to get too deep into it because it really isn't anybody's business. It's whatever, really. Shit happens. But I have had one of the worst weeks and I have been struggling really fucking bad. And I have fallen back into some patterns again that, you know, I just don't, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You started smoking meth again.
You know what I mean? But in the same breath, eating sometimes just helps, man. It just does.
I mean, it does, obviously. Like, eating, if you eat something, if you have a shitty time, eating something that just satisfies your brain, it helps, of course. Distracting yourself and enjoying something. At a time where you all have so many things that this makes you feel bad, at least you can turn a moment to feel good. And that's where that eating part goes. There's nothing wrong about that, but hopefully you get out of that hole where you're not stressed anymore and you can try to chill out a little bit. Yeah.
I really don't know what to say. So I do empathize with people who
when you eat, yeah,
use
of course,
that as a reward.
it activates the stimulants in your brain, and that's the thing. And you can finally feel good, and that's fine. And I mean, the thing again, there are moments you can treat yourself to feel better, but you have your own realization of knowing where to stop and when to take care of yourself, and that's up to you, whatever you do
for themselves, because it is hard.
What if I do that every day? I mean, you live, king. Live the way you want.
For skinny talk propaganda, as they're all pretty hungry and they can't really think straight. So because we are humans and not dogs, we understand moderation. Some do struggle with moderation, but most of it comes down to the association of good and bad food. But if on Friday night you're like, all right, so I can't exactly afford to go out, nor do I want to, because that is too much for me at the moment. And I can't afford a new handbag that I have been needing for the past 6 months. Mine has holes all at the bottom and it's a tote at that. I'm gonna splurge a little bit and I'm just gonna get some Red Rock Deli chips. Then the following day, you're not going to have those Red Rock Deli chips because last night you already had them. You understand that, you know what, maybe I can't have that all day, every day. And this is exactly why I hate people, because everybody thinks so black and white and I cannot stand it. I can't. So with all of that being said, everybody, what is some propaganda that you are not falling for? I would love to hear that down in the comments section below, and your thoughts and opinions on this too. Hey, maybe you don't agree with anything I said. Tell me why. Thank you so much for your time today in Yappersville, everybody. I really hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.
Why do so many women have a nose ring on one nostril nowadays? I don't get it. Aesthetics. It's just aesthetics. I mean, nowadays. I saw that a long time ago, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Like, it's just aesthetics. They just think it's cool. Like piercing and nose rings or rings some places. Just like it. I thought this was a W video, though. I think that people gotta realize to shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your opinions and don't give a shit about what do you think. And the same could go for me as well. Nobody gives a damn what I'm thinking. But like at the same time, I mean, I'm not telling how people should live their life, you know? Like that's all I'm saying. True queen, yes. When the queen speak, you listen. All right. Anyways, this is a good video. I love that. I love that. If you like this video, make sure to like it. Sub to the channel. You want to watch more when you happen to be live. If you're free to come by our Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Adley. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, y'all. Peace. Bye.